There is a woman in Kyoto who owns one single porcelain bowl. She has held it in her hands every single morning for 24 years. It is slightly worn at the edges, a testament to its long life, and every time she touches the smooth surface, she feels a sense of quiet gratitude. It is not just a dish, it is a companion. She did not find it in a discount bin, and she did not replace it with a newer version 3 years later. She invested in a piece that possessed a soul. Meanwhile, in cities across the West, we are trapped in a cycle of disposable living. We walk into big box stores and buy cheap plastic decor, fast fashion clothes that fray after 2 washes, and gadgets that are obsolete before the warranty expires. We tell ourselves we are being thrifty because the price tag is low. We convince ourselves that buying the $5 version is smart. But look at the state of your home. It is filled with the wreckage of these bargains. You are living in a graveyard of cheap, broken objects that generate a subtle, persistent background hum of guilt. Every time you see a handle snap off a cheap drawer or a synthetic fabric pill and lose its shape, your brain registers a tiny, painful pulse of, "I settled for less." This is the Western trap. We buy cheap items to get a rapid hit of dopamine, a quick thrill of acquisition, only to feel a lingering, heavy sense of resentment every time we have to look at them, fix them, or eventually haul them to the trash. You are not saving money. You are financing an environment of constant, low-level disorder. In Japan, they understand a deep, ancient concept, Mottai-nai. It is a profound feeling of regret for wasting resources, not just money, but the raw materials, the energy, and the human labor that went into creating an object. To a Japanese person, throwing away a disposable thing is a moral failing because it insults the potential that the object had to be something lasting. Habit 1 is the disposable lifestyle. You buy the cheap plastic storage bin because it was on sale, even though you don't really have a place for it. You buy the trendy synthetic shirt because it costs less than a cup of coffee. You are paying for the convenience of the moment, but you are paying with the quality of your entire life. The Japanese approach is kodawari, the principle of curating one single, high-quality object that serves a purpose for a decade. A true Japanese household does not contain 10 cheap, dull knives. It contains one sharp, handcrafted blade that will outlive the owner. The shift is psychological. Stop buying filler. Every time you reach for a cheap item, stop and ask yourself, will this item be beautiful in 5 years? Will I still respect myself for owning this in 5 years? If the answer is no, put it back. You are not missing out on a deal. You are protecting your home and your mind from the slow decay of cheap things. Habit 2 is the coffee-to-go addiction. You think you are buying caffeine, but you are actually purchasing a daily, automatic dopamine ritual designed to mask your morning stress. You spend $5 on a paper cup that is thrown into a landfill 20 minutes later. It is a cycle of micro-waste that bleeds your finances, destroys your savings, and dulls your sense of presence. You aren't tasting the coffee, you are just trying to survive the commute. In Japan, there is a sacredness to the process of tea. It is not something you carry in a flimsy cardboard cup while running for a train. It is something you brew with intention. When you make your own drink at home, you aren't just saving hundreds of dollars a year, you are reclaiming the ritual of your own morning. You are transforming a frantic, stressed-out chore into a moment of calm. You are telling your brain that your own time and your own internal peace are worth more than the convenience of a corporate shop. The shift. Stop paying for the rush. Invest in one high-quality ceramic cup or a thermos that feels good in your hand. Slow down. By valuing the process, you find that you no longer need the expensive, disposable convenience to feel ready for the day. You become the source of your own energy, and your bank account stops leaking the small change that adds up to your financial freedom. We have cleared the cheap plastic from your shelves, but there is a deeper, more insidious drain on your resources. It is the ego. In the West, we have been sold a dangerous lie that what we possess defines who we are. We buy clothes with visible logos, we chase the latest tech release, and we fill our closets with items that scream, "I have made it." But look at the physiological cost. Trying to maintain a social facade through consumption is a high cortisol existence. Every time you buy a trend to impress someone you don't even like, your brain registers a flicker of insecurity. You are spending money to quiet a fear. The fear of falling behind, the fear of being seen as less than. This is not a financial strategy. It is a neurological cage. In Japan, there is a quiet, radical alternative found in danshardi. It is the realization that your social status is not a garment you wear, but a stillness you carry. Habit 3 is status-based consumption. You know the pattern. You buy the brand name sneakers or the designer bag not because you need them, but because you need the psychological comfort of belonging. You are renting your self-esteem from a corporation, and the rent is due every single season. When your worth is tied to things that go out of style, you are trapped in a perpetual state of not enough. Your brain is constantly scanning the horizon, comparing your possessions to those of your neighbors or colleagues, keeping your nervous system in a state of low-level alarm. This is why you feel tired. You are exhausting your cognitive resources on maintaining a performative identity. The Japanese minimalist does not seek respect through logos. They find it in the quiet dignity of a well-maintained, humble life. The shift. Recognize the impulse for what it is, a cry for security. When you stop trying to buy your status, you stop the cortisol spikes that come with the fear of being outpaced. You become self-sufficient. You save your money for experiences that actually build your character, rather than props that just occupy your closet. Habit 4 is the bulk buying trap. We are obsessed with the cost per unit. We buy massive, Costco-sized pallets of supplies we don't need, convincing ourselves we are being smart. We fill our cabinets to the ceiling, creating an illusion of safety, a fortress against the fear of scarcity. But what does this do to your living space? It destroys Ma. Your home becomes a warehouse, and your mind feels the pressure of the inventory. Every time you walk into a pantry overflowing with boxes you haven't opened in months, your brain is doing an audit. It's calculating, I have too much. I need to use this. I shouldn't have bought that. This is decision fatigue before you've even started your day. You are paying for the privilege of being cramped. You are paying for the stress of managing inventory. The Japanese home thrives on the just enough principle. They do not store a year's supply of soap. They store enough for the week. By keeping your inventory low, you keep your mental load low. The shift. Stop buying for a future emergency that never happens. When you clear the bulk, you clear the visual noise. You create space. And in that space, you find a freedom that no discounted bulk purchase could ever buy. You aren't just saving money. You are finally letting your home breathe. We have moved beyond the physical walls of your home and into the invisible landscape of your mind, where the most aggressive financial leaks are happening right now. You might have cleared your pantry of bulk goods, But your digital life has become a massive automated vacuum for your wealth. We treat our digital lives as free, but this is the greatest financial delusion of the modern era. We are living in an economy of frictionless spending, where money disappears from your account without you ever having to physically touch a coin or sign a check. This isn't just about losing cash. It is about the constant, low-level background stress of having dozens of financial commitments that you don't even remember making. Habit 5 is the subscription graveyard. Look at your bank statement. How many streaming services, cloud storage plans, or exclusive newsletters are you paying for? You signed up for the free trial, you forgot to cancel, and now it's an automatic monthly tax on your peace of mind. We tell ourselves it's only $10, but it isn't about the $10. It is about the cognitive load. Your brain is subconsciously tracking these tiny, unresolved commitments. You know, deep down, that you are paying for things you do not use, and that knowledge creates a persistent, jagged feeling of being leaky. You are financing services that you don't value. In the Japanese philosophy of dansari, every single entry in your budget must earn its right to exist. If you aren't using it, you are actively participating in your own depletion. The shift. Be ruthless. Perform a subscription audit today. Cancel everything that doesn't provide active daily value. When you close those gaps, you aren't just saving $100 a year. You are closing dozens of open loops in your brain. You are stopping the background noise. Habit 6 is the productivity fantasy. You feel overwhelmed, so you buy a $60 designer planner, a yearly subscription to a miracle task management app, or an expensive new note-taking system. You tell yourself, if I just have the right tool, I will finally be organized. This is the ultimate Western trap, the belief that you can buy your way into discipline. You are trying to solve a problem of focus with a transaction. But the moment that new planner arrives, the problem doesn't vanish. You just have a prettier way to track your procrastination. The Japanese master of Danshari knows the truth. Discipline is not bought. It is cultivated through simplicity. You don't need a complex app to tell you what to do. You need to reduce your choices until only the essential remains. Every time you buy a productivity tool, you are just adding more clutter to your life, both physical and digital. You are spending money to manage a mess that you should have simply discarded. The shift. Cancel the app, close the planner, and stop looking for a tool to save you. Solve your discipline problem with emptiness. Put a blank sheet of paper on your desk and write down 3 things. That is it. When you stop buying solutions for your lack of focus, you stop the financial drain. And more importantly, you stop lying to yourself. You are finally, for the first time, facing the work itself without a buffer of expensive distractions. We have reached the most expensive and damaging drain in your budget, the convenience industry. In the West, we have been sold the myth that we are too busy to nourish ourselves, and the health industry has risen to capitalize on that desperation. We spend a fortune on pre-cut vegetables, pre-packaged balanced meals, and expensive synthetic supplements, all while suffering from chronic fatigue and digestive chaos. You think you are buying time, but you are actually buying processed convenience that depletes your biology and drains your wallet. The Japanese household treats food as the primary source of vitality. They do not outsource their health to a supermarket aisle because they know that true energy comes from simple, raw, and seasonal ingredients. When you stop buying solutions to hunger, you stop the cycle of metabolic and financial waste. Habit 7 is the convenience tax. Look at the price difference between a whole head of broccoli and a pre-cut plastic-wrapped bag of florets. Look at the premium you pay for pre-marinated meats, healthy microwave meals, and sliced fruits in expensive plastic containers. You are paying a 300% markup for 5 minutes of saved labor. But here is the biological cost. Those 5 minutes you saved are bought with the intake of preservatives, excess sodium, and flavor enhancers that leave you feeling bloated, dehydrated, and reaching for an afternoon energy drink. It is a loop of spending. You pay extra for the convenience, and then you pay even more to fix the resulting lethargy and health issues. The Japanese way is shun, the principle of seasonality. You buy the whole vegetable in season at its peak price and peak nutrient density. You prepare it simply. It is cheaper, it is superior in nutrients, and it keeps your body in a state of high performance flow. The shift. Stop buying parts of food. Buy the whole raw ingredient. When you prepare your own meal, you aren't just saving money, you are avoiding the inflammation that turns your food into a source of illness rather than a source of strength. Habit 8 is the supplement obsession. Walk into any Western home, and you will see a counter crowded with expensive bottles. Multivitamins, synthetic collagen, trendy superfood powders, and biohacking pills. We believe we can bypass the basic requirements of nutrition, fresh, balanced, whole food, by purchasing a magic pill to fix our deficiencies. It is a multi-billion-dollar marketing machine that is selling you the illusion of health. Most of these synthetic supplements are barely absorbed by the body, passing through your system as expensive waste. The Japanese kitchen doesn't have a medicine cabinet for wellness. It has a pantry for it. They obtain their probiotics, enzymes, and essential nutrients from the basics: miso, fermented soy, seaweed, local fish, and seasonal roots. They are not chasing the latest superfood trend. They are eating the same foundational diet that has sustained their health for centuries. The shift. Stop throwing your money at synthetic solutions for a whole food problem. If you need a pill to feel healthy, your diet is fundamentally broken. Spend that money on high-quality base ingredients: real miso, real fish, real greens. Your body will recognize these nutrients immediately, and your bank account will stop funding the marketing dreams of the supplement industry. You are finally, for the first time, investing in the biology of your own health rather than the psychology of your fear. We have reached the final, most deceptive layer of our financial and mental audit, the trap that the modern marketing machine lays for us when we are at our most vulnerable. It is the moment when you look around your home, feel the encroaching chaos of your life, and decide that the solution is to head to the store. You feel your kitchen is a disaster, so you buy expensive modular plastic containers. You feel your focus is slipping, so you buy a high-tech task management system, a sophisticated kitchen processor, or a set of professional-grade tools for a hobby you haven't touched in a year. This is the ultimate Western lie, the seductive, dangerous idea that you can solve your lack of discipline, your lack of order, or your lack of joy by bringing more items into your home. This is the cycle of consumption as a cure. In Japan, there is a fundamental truth found in the philosophy of danshari. If you need a box to organize your clutter, the box is not the solution. The clutter is the problem. You are paying to store things that you shouldn't even have in your life, and in doing so, you are creating a permanent tax on your future. Habit 9 is the purchase of plastic organizers. Look around your home right now. How many plastic bins, drawer dividers, clear storage boxes, and matching organization systems have you purchased in a desperate last-ditch attempt to create order? You are essentially paying for the privilege of keeping things that don't belong in your life. You are organizing your baggage instead of clearing it. Every dollar you spend on a, quote, storage solution is a dollar spent on subsidizing your inability to let go. You are buying a cage for your junk. The Japanese master knows that if you have a place for everything, you don't need a drawer divider. You simply need fewer things. By purchasing these containers, you are creating an artificial, quote, storage capacity that tricks your brain into thinking it's okay to accumulate more. You are not organizing. You are building a monument to your own consumption. The shift is cold and clear. Don't buy the bin. Throw away the contents of the bin. When you stop buying things to, quote, manage your stuff, you suddenly have a home that is naturally organized and a bank account that isn't being drained by the industry of containerization. You are not just cleaning, you are liberating your square footage and your spirit from the burden of managing stuff. Habit 10 is the fantasy self-purchase. This is the most painful, most expensive spending habit of all. It is the expensive, high-tech juicer you bought when you decided to be a health person. It is the fancy, professional-grade paint set you bought for the artist version of you that never actually picks up a brush. It is the expensive hiking gear you bought for the outdoorsy version of you that never leaves the couch. You buy these things not for who you are, but for the person you wish you were. This is a high-cost emotional tax. Every time you walk past that unused exercise machine or that dusty bread maker, it sends a microscopic, biting signal to your brain. You failed. It is a physical manifestation of your broken promise to yourself. You spent hundreds of dollars to make yourself feel guilty, and now those items are gathering dust, consuming your precious floor space, your potential, and your peace of mind. The Japanese philosophy of Mottai-nai dictates that we honor the life of an object by using it. If it isn't used, it is dead weight. It is an insult to the resource. The shift. Be brutally honest about who you are today. If you don't paint, sell the brushes. If you don't juice, get rid of the machine. When you stop funding your fantasy self, you stop the financial drain. And more importantly, you stop the internal resentment of having failed versions of yourself staring back at you from the corner of the room. You stop paying for the guilt of the past. This is your final catharsis. Look at the path we have laid out through these 10 habits. The Japanese secret to wealth is not just in what they save, it is in what they refuse to want. They do not see the world as a catalog of things to be acquired. They see it as a collection of resources to be respected. They don't buy the temporary. They don't buy status. They don't buy convenience. And they certainly don't buy solutions to their own lack of focus. They buy life. They invest in the quality of the moment, in the longevity of their tools, and in the clarity of their minds. You are not poor because you lack things. You are poor because you are paying for an identity you don't need. Stop the impulse. Stop the status chasing. Stop the convenience tax. Start living with the intentionality of someone who knows the true cost of every single thing they bring into their sanctuary. When you stop the leak, the wealth will naturally accumulate. You are one decision away from a life that is not just affluent, but one that is truly, deeply, and beautifully yours. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one.